Oh wow.
Smells good.
Hey everyone, so I stumbled into this place by accident. I have no idea how I wound up at this place. This place that I found is like a life-changing experience. This place is definitely worthy of a visit. Not only that, but it is one of the most surprising places that I've discovered this year. And I definitely had one of my best meals here in 2022.
Takes about 10 minutes to heat up.
This place is located 5 minutes west of the Strip on Spring Mountain, right at Lindell, which is between Decatur and Jones. This is in Chinatown. The manager and the staff were very detailed and took care to explain everything to me, from the drinks and how they do things. It's just too bad that I had to kill the original audio because of the background music. Copyright laws. This place is now called Osaka Sunset. It used to be the same location for the previous Mordeo wine bar. Their drinks menu is about 5 times bigger than their food menu. Sam here is making an exquisite drink made from Japanese bacon whiskey, incorporating the use of bitters, which gives it an extra kick, the floral fragrance, and different kinds of mixes. They have everything here, from your domestic drinks to your imported wine, sake, whiskey, all kinds of drinks here. And the thing is, it's not just a mix of drinks. They go beyond that. They make the taste incredible. It's really different from anything I've ever had. I don't really drink anymore, only occasionally when somebody makes a drink like this. The seating is predominantly bar seating. They do have a couple of small tables on the left side, but the bar is really comfortable. The menu doesn't try to impress you with the number of items. It's not an incredibly large menu, but they do have some incredible food. I started with the crispy rice tuna. When it first came out, I thought these were steak fries. I wasn't paying attention. I forgot what I ordered because the drink was so awesome. And before I knew it, I finished off my drink. But like all good bars and good bartenders and good staff, they came by to give me a liberal pour. Don't you hate it when they measure exact shots? So this is one of the Japanese whiskeys. I've had Japanese whiskey before, but I'm not extremely familiar with it. But I've had plenty of scotch and bourbon in my lifetime, and this was a really good whiskey. Very tasty. Now onto the food. The chopsticks here are pointed on both ends. I imagine it would have to be in case you get really drunk and you don't know which way you're holding your chopsticks. So it's very practical here. This crispy rice tuna was really creative. It's a spin on the classic spicy tuna roll. The rice is crispy on the outside. It has a pretty good thick crust. And then the rice on the inside, you get that familiar rice texture. The combination worked really well. And then the tuna was incredibly amazing. They mixed stuff in here. So it's not just chopped tuna with a spice to make spicy tuna, but they actually added an infused flavor. In fact, I would find out that every dish at this restaurant had a noticeable element of innovation. In other words, they went out of their way to make the food taste better by adding ingredients and adding a twist and trying something different until they came up with a combination that really worked. That's what I felt from all the dishes that I ordered on this night. Next up is the shrimp scampi. As far as presentation goes, the most unique thing and the thing that stood out is the squid ink, the strips of dark lines you see here. It almost looks like fudge, so I was like, is this a dessert? Later I found out it was squid ink. I haven't really had squid ink that much, or octopus ink, or any type of ink, because I don't really find it appetizing when I hear ink. However, the sauce in this shrimp scampi was unlike any other shrimp scampi sauce I've ever had in my life. This sauce had an element of crack. The crack element. You know what I'm talking about? It's when something is so good that you begin to wonder if it has some kind of an addictive drug as one of the ingredients. And that's what I got from this. When I think of shrimp scampi, I think of garlic butter and lemon, which is good, but this was amazing. This was super good. I can't explain the taste. That's why I had to ask the manager, what did you put in here? What are the ingredients? According to the menu, it's got some miso and some yuzu, but whatever it is, it worked. They even had branzino here. But there's something that I had to get, and that's the ribeye. So here is the ribeye, prime ribeye, 18 ounces at market price, which right now is at $75. I'm not surprised anymore. It is what it is. But when I saw ribeye on the menu, I couldn't resist. It was an attractive presentation on a cutting board with asparagus and roasted garlic, and it came with these fingerling potatoes that were just exquisite, crispy outer skin and then soft, tender potato on the inside. The steak retained its pure form as a steak. It wasn't drowned with sauce or created into something different. It came with 2 shishito peppers, very fragrant, very tasty, not too spicy. Along with the steak, they served 3 dipping sauces. Actually, 2 kinds of salt and 1 dipping sauce. The 2 kinds of salt are very common in Japanese cuisine. One is called the Himalayan pink salt, and the other is a wasabi salt. The wasabi salt is ingenious. You get a little bit of that spice, the kick, as you would from a horseradish. The wasabi flavor comes through a little bit, mixed with the salt. The Himalayan pink salt contains more minerals and is supposed to be healthier for you, but the amount that you eat isn't drastically gonna change your health. The peppers are really fragrant, as I mentioned before. These are the shishito peppers, very common in Japanese cuisine. The third dipping sauce is the tare sauce. The tare sauce is very common for grilled meats in the Japanese cuisine. You can think of it as kind of a sweetened, thickened soy sauce. Has a really good flavor and it went so well with this ribeye. Along with the salt. Usually salt and pepper is all I need, but these sauces were like an extra notch above what I'm used to. The ribeye steak experience came to an end, but it wasn't all bad because I had this to look forward to. This is their cheesecake. It's encased in a strawberry glaze and is served with dehydrated strawberries on top, which is kind of like a crispy version of the strawberry, and also fresh strawberries and little pieces of white chocolate. This cheesecake was extremely good. It was very creamy, not very thick. And at the bottom was a gingerbread cookie crumble. That's what it tasted like, but it was some kind of a gingerbread. Sometimes a cheesecake can be so thick that it's pasty. I love these light and creamy type of cheesecakes. This cheesecake was extremely creamy, and the strawberry glaze around it added a nice tartness. And the crunch of the strawberries and the fresh strawberries, white chocolate, the gingerbread. This was an incredible dessert. I can't wait to have it again. This is probably one of the best cheesecakes I've had, even rivaling Cheesecake Factory. For more information on the restaurant and menu items, hours, etc., check the description below. This is Osaka Sunset. This place opened and was kind of trying to find their identity. I believe they're there now. So menu items and prices do fluctuate and can change at any time. But check out this restaurant. Osaka Sunset is definitely one of the hidden gems in Las Vegas. So that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.